you've got to give it to Kevin Rudd. He believes in, well, Kevin Rudd, but he also believes that the best way to make sure that the opinion polls don't catch up with him is to just keep announcing things, is to keep the Canberra Press Gallery busy. Because while they are reporting on the newest, latest thing, they don't look back to see the detail and the wreckage of the announcement that had been just made before. Take three key examples. On Friday, we had the federal government announcing on Friday that they believe that the unemployment rate will go up to 6.25%. That is an increase in the next 12 months. But on Sunday, you have Kevin Rudd staring down the barrel of the TV cameras and dutifully being reported by all the reporters that the economy's rosy, that they've created close to 1 million jobs. Well, OK, how many of those jobs are casual jobs? And remember, as we have slowly casualised the Australian workforce over the past 5 and 10 years, the majority of which have been under Labor rule, there are people now who don't get holiday pay, who don't have the ability to go off on loans. You know, the battlers that this bloke used to talk about, remember the working families? Well, that's all jettisoned now, because there's another policy that if you actually go back and have a look at the detail, it ain't as flash as when it was first announced. So first, you've got an increase in unemployment. Secondly, you've got the president of Nauru, who came to Brisbane and sat down and had a chat with Kevin Rudd, and for a fistful of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, he's decided to take his share of our problem, his share of our asylum seeker issue. Thousands of people will go onto an island with fewer than 10,000 people. And remember, the big announcement, it's part of the reborn Pacific solution. Just like Papua New Guinea, these people will never come to Australia. Well, that was Saturday. Today we find out that the president of Nauru has said, hang on, that's news to me. The president of Nauru, the bloke who's already taken the fistful of dollars, maybe didn't read the piece of paper, or maybe it wasn't very clear, or maybe Kevin Rudd just thought that it was part of the conversation. But the president of the place where we are supposedly sending people to rot, guess what? Believes that they will just spend time there, but they won't spend permanent time there. They'll end up coming back to, guess where? A place like Australia, or maybe New Zealand. So that's Friday, unemployment is going to go up. Saturday, the Pacific solution, where the country we're sending people doesn't think we're actually sending people there. And then we had the announcement on Sunday and the TV ads that have run all day today. Kevin Rudd saying that it's all about a new way. This is a slightly tough ask, to say that it's time to go a new way when you're the Prime Minister for the second time since 2007 and you're leading a government that has been there for 6 years. And while Wayne Swan might be gone, Penny Wong was the Finance Minister under Wayne Swan. She's been around for a little while. While Julia Gillard might be gone, Tony Burke, who's sitting inside your cabinet, he was around for a little while. Then you've got Chris Bowen, who, yes, spent a bit of time on the backbench, but for the majority of the past 6 years has stuffed up the immigration issue. Oh yeah, this is a new way. And for some reason, people seem to fall for this. But you've also got Kevin Rudd turning around and saying it's a new way, the TV ads. So he's pretending that he's the opposition leader running against Tony Abbott, who's the presumptive Prime Minister, while pretending that he hasn't been the Prime Minister for the past month and wasn't the Prime Minister for half of the 6 years that this mob had in office. And the Canberra Press Gallery, well, they're doing their job. They report on the latest bit of news. But I ask you to just have a quick look back in the rear vision mirror. You don't even have to go back to how many times Kevin Rudd was warned about pink bats. You don't have to go back to how they handled the GFC. You don't have to go back into how things were stuffed up with the BER program. Just look at the past 3 days. Unemployment will go up under Kevin Rudd. Nauru don't believe that it is going to be a permanent solution. And the bloke who's trying to say that it's a new way has been Prime Minister before. In fact, he spent a fair amount of time, about 3 years of the entire 6 years of the government he's been leading. I say this election comes down to one thing and one thing only. It's not about trust. It's not about fair dinkumbness. It's about if you're paying attention. If you're paying attention, you know which way to vote. If you're not paying attention, oh, I like that bloke who cuts himself on Twitter, fair dinkum.